silver company. We're located in Durango State, Mexico, and we are going to be in production and cash flow next year. So while we do have a growth story in terms of resource development, like a lot of the resource companies that you'll meet today, we're also focused on putting our asset into production and generating cash flow for giving returns to shareholders. So why should you invest in our company? The two key factors are a very large silver equivalent resource in the San Diego deposit that we rate as the third largest in Mexico. And then also our restart of the La Parrilla mine, where we're targeting production of about 3 million ounces a year, and will generate significant cash flows. And at these silver prices, if these silver prices hold, we'll be well over $25-30 million a year in cash flow. You can see on the screen our capital structure. We're about just over $80 million on this calculation here. We have about $5 million in the bank. We have our largest shareholder is First Majestic, who we bought the La Parrilla mine from in an equity transaction. And our largest individual shareholder is Eric Sprott, the investor. He's been in several rounds of our financings over the last 4 years. And he was a significant part of our last financing that we did earlier in the year. Insiders own about 3%. Most of the management team has participated in financings, and including myself, for a significant amount. We have no debt, and there you can see we've been trading very well. We don't have a PV chart on the slide, but the volume has really picked up over the last 2-3 months, and heading back to the levels that we experienced in 2020 and 2021, where we were trading sometimes 3 and 4 million shares per day. As I mentioned, we're located in Durango State in Mexico. It's one of the premier mining jurisdictions in Mexico. There's 23 operating mines in Durango State, and several of the mines that you would know. Our San Diego deposit is you can see the black pickaxe in the top right almost of the screen, and then the La Parrilla mine is closer to the main city, Durango City. It's only a short 45-minute drive away on really good roads. They've been mining in Durango State for plus 500 years. It's mining culture. The people there understand mining. When you need to get something done from a technical basis and a supply basis, most of what you need is locally available. So it's a pretty easy to operate in this area. The labor and the people are very knowledgeable about mining, and so it's a really nice place to operate. Here you can see more of a close-up of the plant. It's a 2,000 ton per day plant, 1,000 tons per day on a oxide circuit, and we have a dory bar back end, Merrill-Crowe system, and 1,000 tons per day on the sulfide circuit, and we'll produce a concentrate that is very well sought after. I should mention that there was a very solid history of production. Under First Majestic's tutelage, they produced about 34 million ounces and generated a lot of cash flow. You can see on this historical chart here that their cash costs were sub $10 per ounce from 2012 to 18. And they produced on average 3.5 million ounces a year. We are targeting 3 million ounces a year, and so that's pretty significant production for us. At these silver prices, will generate quite a lot of cash flow. On this slide, you can see when we took over the mine, we were looking at a 7,000 meter drill program, and which we initiated in August of 23. We've had numerous drill results, news releases out over this period of time, and we are consistently getting above cutoff grade drill results. Cutoff grades on the sulfides is 125 grams per ton, and we're routinely getting multiples of that. We were targeting drilling in the Quebradillas, Rosarios, and San Marcos area. We had a news release out this morning where we showed that we produced or did drilling about a little less than 9,000 meters of drilling have been completed to date, and that formed our phase 1 drilling program. So we exceeded the number of meters we initially planned. And then the phase 2 drill program will be about 7,500 meters, which is a little less than the 10,000 that we initially planned last year. But based on the learning and the things that we have uncovered, we don't need to do as much drilling for the phase 2 as we initially thought. Here you can see some of the drilling areas and some of the highlights from the drill program. And as I mentioned, we're consistently getting above the 125 grams per ton cutoff grade, and especially in the Cuerpo 460 area, some of the highest drill results that we achieved, 1,810 grams over 14.6 meters. Very special area, and just chasing the veins. And our whole idea and strategy was that all we had to do was drill below the existing stopes, follow the veins at depth and on the lateral extensions. And if we drilled in those areas, we were going to have success. Now, truth is in the drilling. It was our concept and our idea and strategy when we took the mine over, but the drilling that we've done has proved to be correct, and we're experiencing a lot of success in doing that. This is a long section of some of the probably the highest grade areas that we've been drilling to date, and gives a little bit more detail. I recounted to you hole 20, which was 14.6 meters for 1,810 grams. And then we also had another hit in hole 22A that was 13 meters for 911 grams. And this populates about a 74 meter extension of high grade. The recent financing that we did, where we went out to raise $2 million and it was oversubscribed, we raised it to $3 million. That was still oversubscribed, and Eric Sprott then came in and said he wanted another $3 million. So we ended up with $6 million when we only wanted $2 million. But part of the use of proceeds for that money was to go back in this high grade area that we had discovered, and to do some more work, see if we could extend it further and prove up more high grade ounces. And so the drill rig that we mobilized to site last week, and that is currently turning. Part of the work plan for that second rig is to go back in here and chase up some of this high grade that we had discovered earlier. This is just some more highlights of the Cuerpo 460 zone, looking towards the west, and another long section on the Cuerpo 1524 zone. The more good results here. You can see that with the cutoff grade of 125, we're getting multiples of that, and here it's 4 times the cutoff grade in one area and up to 7 times in another area. We recently news released some drill results on the Rosarios and San Marcos, and what if you have a chance to read through that news release, one of the critical items is always making sure that you can fill your mill with good feed. Not only did we get a well above cutoff grade results here in Rosarios, but we're also able to prove up more tons, which will inform the mine plan that we're working on to release late in the year. So the timing is going to be December for that. So, going forward, look for news releases on additional drilling, look for news releases on restarting the plant and the mine, and then look for more commentary on getting in production in Q3 of 25. Very importantly is our second project, which was actually our first project. That's San Diego, where we have this incredibly large silver endowment, over 210 million ounces of silver equivalent. And we'll look to get more active in this area as we go forward. Obviously, the focus was to, over the last year and until we get La Parrilla restarted, it will continue to be the focus. But San Diego is, we had 100 million market cap just on San Diego drilling alone back in 2020 and 2021. So we will continue to do more work here as we move forward. The big success at San Diego was, you see on the left, those red ellipses. Those were the target areas that we needed to follow up on when we took the company over in 2020. And we were very successful between 2020 and 2022 in the additional drilling that we did. And you can see on the right where we delineated another 500-meter vertical mineralized zone. It's only almost 100 meters away from the Fernandez zone. So that was very important. The market reacted very well to that. And then also from surface in hole 2157, we cut 72 grams over 273 meters. So almost 3 football fields to orient yourself. And this is near surface mineralization. So there's different ways that we can exploit that in the future. And so San Diego to us is a big jewel in our crown that we'll look to advance. It's just a really big project, and a lot of silver there, and will create a lot of value for shareholders going forward. So what's still to do? In progress, actually completed now is the first phase of drilling. As we news released this morning, that's pretty much done, and we're on to phase 2, which will be 7,500 meters. So in total, aggregate, instead of 17,000 meters, we'll do just over 16,000 meters of drilling. That will inform the technical studies for the new mine plan and the restart for next year. And we have about a minute and a half, so I'm going to stop. Thank you very much.